Group loot's coming back, everyone. So this is pretty interesting. We saw Ian talk a little bit about this, but hey, would you like to turn Master Looter on? So from Wowhead, Squishy said, you mentioned Master Looter was something you wanted to do, but you were looking for the right implementation. Any update? And he said, yes. I think I would describe it more as group loot than master loot. That's the specific process of a single loot master allocating the drops. That's actually in some ways, some of the stuff we were looking to move away from back in the day. But moving away from personal to a shared pool of loot where you can kill a boss, you can work together with 15, 20, 30 people to do it, there's 5 items in the corpse, and you roll for those items, you can pass, you can trade to your friends. That's a world we want to be in again. So it's less going to be like Master Looter where your GM or whoever your raid leader just like does all of the allocation themselves. But instead, you'll be able to, I suppose, need, greed, and pass on loot and trade, which does mean that, I mean, functionally, for a group of people who are just, a team working together like a guild, you'll be able to get what Master Looter is. I think that's just, man, that's fucking great. That's just great. It was pretty sad that the game didn't have that as much. Though, Matt did point out to me that this does kind of open up more GDKP runs. Yeah, there we go. He just typed it in. GDKP plus loot funnels, cat W. And that does mean that with my new return to live gameplay streaming of World of Warcraft, you are all welcome to join me for a loot funnel raid. No, I'm fucking with you. I don't want to do all that bullshit. That's it, Nikki. Weapons for Kefsi. So here's the deal, right? Nikki, he's my guild leader. He edits for us. He's, in fact, edited the 2 videos you're going to see today. But it's just a long-running thing. The poor bastard never gets weapons. It's ridiculous. I remember getting, I think it was a Twilight Devastation, or is it just the Tendril one? I was in 8.3 anyway. I just had these 2 fucking baller weapons, and he was totally fucked. And then I got a marginal upgrade that I didn't really need, and I couldn't even trade it to him. How scundering of an experience. Lots of information. I mean, right off the bat, we have found out that group loot's coming back. I mean, holy shit. Sure, it's not master loot, but if it basically gives us the same thing, here's one thing. Man, Temple of the Jade Serpent, I've always thought that was an awesome dungeon. I thought it was pretty damn fun. So it turns out it and the Court of Stars, which I think is another really awesome dungeon, they're actually returning as Mythic Plus. So, the way that they're doing it this time around is Season 1 will have 4 of the Dragonflight dungeons in M+, and then 4 other dungeons. And then Season 2 will be the other 4 Dragonflights plus another 4 dungeons. So that ends up feeling like a bit iffy for Season 1. But overall, what it does mean is that Season 1 and Season 2 will have completely separate, layouts, right? Completely separate rosters of dungeons. So I think it's going to feel iffy, like, not having some of those, some of the new dungeons in Mythic Plus from the first season. But at least it does mean that whenever the new patch comes out, if you're, like, say, patch, 10.1, 10.2, if you're a Mythic Plus player, I mean, hey, at least you're going to get a completely fresh set of M+ dungeons. I suppose it could maybe help Blizzard just with some tuning and getting the specifics right. Hard to say.